Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake game, staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need bad energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took an L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest, I'm the dawn. Kiss the ring, nah. In the scene like GOT. Stay awake, don't sleep.
All right. So, my lovely wife Jen, shout out to Jen, informed me that you're on mute, bitch. She didn't say the B word though. But hey, maybe we'll do B words one day. But yeah, welcome. It is the midday, and this is what I was explaining. Technically, midday is 12 to like 2, 3-ish, right? Yeah. So it doesn't have to be exactly at 12. It's midday, not noon. Motivate. It's midday. This is the middle of the day, still technically. But yeah, had a lot of stuff going on this morning, and a lot of good things. But I just wanted to come on here because I said I would do this every day, which I love doing this every day. I look forward to doing this every day. I miss you guys when I'm not on here at like 12:30. But I fell a little bit behind. I got to get my workout in. But yeah, so I hope everybody is doing well. Gotta take a sip of my decaf here. I sip this like regular coffee. I need the taste of coffee. Even if it doesn't have caffeine, it's a placebo. It makes me think I'm drinking caffeine. So we know our mind really has the power, right? So if I start bouncing off the walls, it's all mental. But yeah, efforts. I was thinking about it, and when you see a title like that, you immediately want to go to the negative because that's what our mind does. But before we get into anything heavy, I want to thank the 590 subscribers that are a part of the J Crew. Shout out to you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing and getting other people to subscribe. And let's continue the trend. Let's get it on up to 600. We're almost there. We are almost there. Remember when it was at 564 and it was kind of hanging there, and then 575, then 584? We're at 590, gang. We're at 590. Okay. We are, hey, 600. Open the door. Yes, that's what we are doing. We are knocking at the door of 600. And we are from there on our way up to that 1K that we have set as our goal. And I would love to see that happen before the new year comes in. That would be absolutely fabulous. And I know that I'm going to have to put in the work to get that to happen. And I'm ready, willing, and able and prepared to do it. Whatever I got to do. Let's get it up to that 1K, you know, and hit the new year running. Already at 1K, you know, hopefully on the road to getting monetized so we can start doing some sharing and doing some giveaways with the super chat money. So F words. Okay, well, what does she mean, F words? We all know what we mean when we say F words, right? And we know what some of those F words are. Hell, the mother of F words is, yeah, you thought I was going to do it, didn't you? I am trying to get monetized at some point. I got to clean up my act at some point, right? I'm a sailor. I'm a sailor. I kept it clean though, Jess. I kept it clean. I put the little stars in there. My wife is always saying, Jen, you know, it is very rare that you will hear Jen say this particular F word. You know, and she's got to be really pissed to do it. And usually, thank God, it's not at me. It's probably at traffic of some sort. That's the only time I've ever really heard her say it, really. You know, and that's even been rare. So shout out to my beautiful wife. She doesn't have the potty mouth. I walk on that line. I say enough for me and her, so she doesn't really need to do it. But this word, is so funny because yesterday I made a TikTok. I couldn't help it. There was this, I'm just scrolling and the sound and video came up and I'm like, oh, gotta use it. Gotta use it. Got to use it. I gotta have fun with that. So I went in the kitchen, pulled out a couple of utensils and a couple little things and did that fuck off pie video. And I loved it. I loved it. Whoever came up with that original sound, I meant to go look at the original, but I never did. Whoever did that, that was genius. That was genius. And see, that's the type of stuff I'm gonna start doing over there, coming up with these little slogans. I got a lot of views on the "Don't mistake kindness for weakness" one. You know, I actually promoted that one, but you know, people like that. People like phrases like that, and I come up with a bunch of them all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna start TikToking them, you know, and start getting some sounds in there and getting people using them because, you know, I come up with some doozies sometimes. I'm like, damn, that should be a TikTok, and I'm like, now, and I wasn't even doing TikTok like that when I would say it. But now that I am, I'm gonna start making those TikToks. So I did it with a couple of them, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. But F words, man, there's so many besides the one that we all think about when you say the term F word. You know, and some of them are good, some of them are bad, and some of them are good. You know, let me know in the comment section what you think an F word is. Give me some F words. I'm gonna come up with some here in, you know, during the show, but give me some of your F words. Some that get you through the day, some that piss you off. I'm gonna start with, let's see, I can't see shit, man. Okay, so let's just go with this one. I don't know what it is. This is actually cool. I don't know what this one is, so we're just gonna hit it and talk about it. What is it? Oh, I thought it said fart. Okay. All right, so we got fear. All right, I'm tired of talking about fear, honestly. We talked about fear till we have beat that horse till it is dead and stank in the ground, okay? Fear is a liar, as Jess said, and we put that up. So fear is a liar. We know it. It tried to get me not to work out. It tried to get me to think I was having a freaking heart attack all week long. I finally got through that phase. I can say it with know Kevin Samuels images and things like that now. So I know I've moved through. When you can say things and like I said, mental push up. Sometimes you have to say things on purpose, you know. I always revert back to Harry Potter because of the whole Voldemort thing. Now I'm going with that, right? Don't. What did Hermione say? Fear of a name only, prolongs fear of the thing itself. Just being scared to say it is prolonging the fear of the thing that you're afraid to talk about. So it goes against everything that I believe in about manifesting stuff though. That is a very confusing concept, okay? Because you want to manifest good things, but then you have this thing where you have to release your thoughts and you don't feel like thinking about shit. And you don't want to cloud your mind and you don't want to project, you know? How do you plan for the future if you don't project? So future, that's a good one. I thought about that earlier, but I didn't put it. Um, but fear is something that we all deal with and all struggle with throughout life, you know. But again, once you learn to master fear, it creates this liberation in you, and you tend to go through life with a lot more peace, when you stop being scared. And I can tell you something, a lot of that comes with age. You get to a point where you don't care what anybody thinks or says about you because you're on your way out anyway. So it's like, what are you getting mad or whatever you say is not going to one way or another affect me, and it's not going to affect my opinion of myself. Once you learn how to get that ironclad opinion of yourself, and hopefully it's a good one, you are not buying into what others say about you. You're going to hear it. And guess what? You're a human being. So, yeah, it's going to hurt. Don't even freaking lie. Okay? Don't lie. It hurts. When people say shit, it hurts. But you live, you survive it. You know how many bad things people said about me? Hey, I'm still here. You know how many bad things I've said about other people? They're still walking the earth. So, sticks and stones, right? You make it through. But fear is one thing that I refuse to walk in any longer. And when I turned 30, I thought I had pretty much kicked fear's ass. But that was people, that was things, other places, people, places, things. That was with the A. What's up? What? You don't scare me. But me, I didn't deal with the me factor. I didn't deal with the crazy ass shit that goes on in my own head. I'm scared more of me, I realize, than I am of any of you, okay, than anything out there. So, how do you deal with fear of your fucking self? Oops, I said the F word. I would have edited and cut right there and done something. I should have made this an edited one. Um, but yeah, how do you get rid of fear of yourself? So we've talked about that. We will continue to talk about that because that continues to be a thing that people struggle with. You have to remember that fear is a liar. It is. It's just a feeling, and it's playing tricks with you and trying to get you not to do something or not to think something or not to say something. Okay. And when you get a grip on the fact that it's just a thought and a feeling that you can manage because you can control those things, you can go ahead and work through it and then ultimately eliminate that fear. So fear is one. What's the next one? It might be a good one. It might be a bad one. Nah, shake him up. Baby, now go. Okay, fake. Fake is, I started with phony, but phony's PH. So the F version of that is fake. All right. So yeah, you got a whole lot of fakeness out there. A whole lot of fakeness. What did I do? I had to pull my phone up because I see some chats over there, and I wanted to say hi. Shout out to my lovely wife, Vegan Knowledge. How are you? Shout out to Jessica Carroll. How art thou? Oh wow, we need to send you moringa. Uh-oh. 3 kids in separate rooms. Wow. Three sick kids, huh? Oh man. We definitely I'm gonna send you that moringa link. Moringa linka linka linka. Where is it? Don't hide from me. Come here. This. 2 teaspoons in one of these every day. Lemon and ginger too. Lemon and ginger, dude, is a beast. See the little lemon in there and some cut up fresh ginger? I just take a big piece of ginger and cut it up into some squares and throw a lemon wedge in there. I make one for me and Jen every morning. And we drink one of those down every day. Keeps all of those nasty effects. This is like peroxide for the body. Straight up. And you can, the cool thing is that stuff is edible. So you can chew on the ginger. It's going to be pretty hot. And, you know, but it's good for you. You know, get a few pieces of those in the bloodstream, get that lemon in there. And I'm telling you, whatever's going on, have them drink that for a couple days. Huh? What's up? Okay, am I in the wrong? No, I know I got in the right one. Let me go out. Huh? Oh, okay. Because of the I don't see you in the waiting room though. I was holding this up. Look, I faked myself out because I was looking. I can see me on the other side of the main, but I have it on the TV for that reason. Duh. Come on, coffee. Oh, that's right. I don't have caffeine. Moringa. But I'm gonna send you the link because, and this is what I was talking about with the lemon ginger. I got the little pieces, little squares ginger, and got the lemon wedge floating on the top. But yeah, this is good shit. You drink one of those every day. Drink a bottle of moringa every day, 2 teaspoons in one of those. And I'm telling you, you'll never get sick again. We haven't been sick in years. There's no need to even knock on wood because there just doesn't happen. Our immune system is iron freaking clad. Um, and the cool thing about the lemon and ginger is if there is some type of virus or infection in there, it's very good at getting the body what it needs to knock that crap out, whatever it is. So when you have an infection, if I feel like something is like if I got a bit down and I've been walking around with an open filling for like almost 2 years. Like there's just this hole in my mouth and I haven't done a damn thing about it. I put some ginger up in there now and then. I keep it cleaned out with the toothbrush and everything every night and the detoxing crest. But yeah, I'll shove some ginger up there and just I drink one of those every day, no infections. When Jen had her tooth thing going on, I started making her one of those every morning because I was just drinking it. And yeah, that within a day or so, on that last bad toothache, it knocked it out of her, and she's been drinking it every day with me ever since. Same thing with the moringa. So I got off on a tangent with that, but I care about you guys, and I don't want you to be sick. So if I got the skinny on some good stuff, I'm gonna let you know about it. And we have not been sick since we've been drinking this, and that's been like 5 years now, 5 years running. And then what that doesn't take care of, the lemon and ginger will. So grab yourself some fresh ginger from Walmart and a few lemons and cut it up and put it in, make a tea out of it. But I just throw it in the water and drink that, and whatever's going on, it'll help the body flush that out. But yeah, try it. Let me know how it works for you. But you know fake is another F word that I hate. I cannot stand fake people because there's no need to be fake or phony. Why? Especially if you're a grown ass whole person. What would be the reason for being fake? Why? Because you want everybody to like you. Okay, well, you need to liberate yourself from that because guess what? It ain't never gonna happen. You are never, ever, 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 did I say ever, ever going to get anybody and everybody to like you. It's not possible. And fakeness are those that say they like you and really can't stand you. And you find out about it from other people because they talk behind your back, because they don't have the chutzpah to say it in your face. Okay? When you are able to be straightforward, it's very, very liberating. Okay, there's no need to keep stuff pent up. Sometimes you got to have another F word is a filter. Okay, you got to have a little bit of a filter, but for the most part, especially if you're being disrespected in any way, don't be fake. Just say whatever it is. It is. You can't change it. So go with things as they are and let people know where you're coming from. I would much rather, I'll be honest with you. If somebody doesn't like me, it's like, you know what, bitch, I don't like you. Okay, cool. I know how to deal with you now. I don't have to deal with you at all. Matter of fact, bye, get the out of my face. Period. Okay. I did like you. Now I don't like you either. Okay. Now we're happy. We all good. All right. Thank you. Because I'm going to live. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and I don't get me wrong. Of course I want to be liked. I'm a freaking human being. Unfortunately, we want to be liked, but it's not always going to happen. And I'm okay with that. There are people that don't sit well with me. Who cares? At the end of the day, who cares? Is me liking you going to make your life any better? Is you liking me going to make my life any better? It can help in certain situations. Yeah, if you want to grow TikTok followers, you better be like, bitch. But it's like if you don't and you don't care and that doesn't run your life, because guess what? Wanting everybody to like you runs your life. You know what I mean? And it's like you become this people pleaser. There's no way you're going to please everybody. So stop being fake and stop trying to. And please you inside, do what you want to do for you, as long as you're not hurting anybody else in the process, and move on. Don't be fake. If you like something or you don't like it, come straight out and say it. If you think a situation is what it is, say it. Put it out there. Let everybody know where you stand. I would much rather know where I stand than be, oh, I thought they, and then it's bullshit. You know? I just thought about Wedding Singer, but it all was bullshit. I love that scene, man. That is like the best scene ever. And Drew Barrymore's reaction is priceless. She's like, I actually really liked it. And she did. It's believable. Um, okay, so what is the next one? I feel like I'm just rolling the dice here. Forgive. Okay, we got a good one that time. Forgiveness is divine. Okay, so to forgive, you're not always gonna, another F word, forget. But if you can bring yourself to forgive, what is the point of holding on to grudges? What's the point of holding on to animosity? Because what have we talked about that does? it seriously degrades your quality of life. And negative, you guys, another F word. Damn, there's a lot of F words. Frequency. We just talked about frequencies. Frequency is huge. Whatever frequency you're on, if it's in a low vibration or a high vibration, let me tell you something. Somebody does something to you, one of the best things you can do for yourself is to forgive them. You're not always going to be able to in the moment, but when you got a minute, sit with it, get right with it, and forgive and let it go. You're doing that so you can let it go, so that it doesn't, another F word, fester, right? Fester inside of your body and take over, because then you will start to feel sick, legit physically sick. When the body is in a low frequency and a low vibration, you tend to attract disease and illness. It's like medically and scientifically proven. Not to mention your spirit. You don't need medical and science to tell you what you already know. You feel it within yourself. When you're feeling depressed or down or angry or upset in any way for a prolonged period of time, you start to get sick. So, yeah, forgive. Let shit go. It's not that serious. It's not going to keep you out of the ground. It's not going to keep them out of the ground to hold on to grudges. However, it will diminish your quality of life. All right. So, and not necessarily saying you got to walk up to somebody and talk to them and forgive them. That's the ultimate. That's the pinnacle, if you can bring yourself to do that. But if you can do it from afar because that person isn't in your life or doesn't give you a choice to do that, then do it. Do it for yourself. Be selfish there. Forgiving is not for them, it's for you. It's for you. All right. That's that one. Let's keep it moving. Family. That's all right. No, I did not. It's weird. Well, you know what I meant, okay? Family. Gotta love it. Well, the M and the N are close. I'm blind. I got an excuse. Okay, sorry. Um, family. It's almost like I'm OCDing about that right now. God, it's like I legit want to just take it down and correct. I'm gonna do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't let it stay up. Like you know what I mean, but that's not good enough for me. I can't do it. I cannot. Yes, I'm actually correcting it. No, I mean seriously, ask Jen. I can't let that go. Like I can't let that go. That's not cool. No, I don't mean Emily. I mean Emily. I know it's a different color. Don't you love spell check? Don't you hate it when spell check fights with you and it makes you type something like 10 times? No, not just one, like 4 or 5 times. You got some spell checks are like relentless. No, that must be a word. So it wasn't me. I know for a fact that I just hit M, damn it. It was not me. And apparently, I didn't catch it before I saved that thumbnail. M. Biatch M. No, not Amity. Oh my God, spell check. You know what? No, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. See, I should forgive spell check, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't. No, I want the word that I want. I'm so yeah. I can be crazy. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I knew you would give in. You will not defeat me, spell check. Emily, damn it. That's right. Let me make sure. Yeah, Emily. And is it really that important? No, it's not. It's OCD. Somebody help me. Because I know you guys know what I mean. Okay, now it would help if you pull it in restream. Damn, what is wrong with you today? It's like, what was the whole point of that if I don't pull it onto the screen? That's weird. What is going on? Look, my phone is like it's rebelling. It doesn't like that I won that. You will not beat me. Restream, yeah. Studio, yeah. Yeah, yeah, cool, yeah. I can't talk about it until I correct it, damn it. No, I can't do it. Not gonna be able to do it. All right. I'm going to have to jump off the screen for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back. Oh, you couldn't see me anyway. There it is. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Here I am, family. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. That isn't it right? Ooh. Family is dear to my heart, near and dear. Those of you who have heard me speak know that my family, unfortunately, my biological family, is pretty much all over the place. Most of my dad's family is in New Jersey, where I was born. And then my sister lives 2.5 hours away from me, as does my daughter. My sister and I are still on speaking terms. We are great. My daughter and I, however, are not. Um, and I truly believe it's not a lifestyle thing, because she's dipped in that pool before herself. So she's not judging me on that, but we just aren't speaking. And right now, it's just something that is not a cool thing. Family is people that should be there with you through thick and thin. And I know a lot of families, it's not unheard of that family life can be toxic. Hell, back in the day, families were everything. Leave it to Beaver and all of that. Everybody sat down and ate dinner at the table, and it was a place you could turn. The Brady Bunch, dude. The Brady Bunch was the epitome of a standard American family. Everybody wanted two boys, two girls, or a boy and a girl, husband, wife, heterosexual. It had a picture of what family was to look like, was to be. And over the years, family has grown to take on a lot of different shapes, sizes, colors, what have you. Meaning, Meaning, a lot of different meanings. Some people consider gangs family. That's their family. That's what some people consider people in the workplace their family. Some people have surrogate families that have adopted them, but family, it doesn't matter. It's within. If you're drawn to someone and they're drawn to you and you have each other's back and you always have and always will, that's family, whether it's a biological member, kin, blood, or not. Family is a family, and that's what I love about it. And shout out to all of my family in New Jersey. Shout out to my daughter, my sister. Shout out to my surrogate family that has adopted me, which is my wife's family. I love them. They have really taken me in, especially when I lost my mom. Jen's mom said, "I'm your mom now." Even though we're only 10 years apart, but you know, it was the thought that counted. It's the fact that she's been there for me like a mother would be. If I ever need advice about something or if I ever just want to talk, I know she's there, that I can talk to her. You know what I mean? And she's made herself available. Jen's younger sisters. Okay, sisters now. Okay, for a while it was just Brooke, but I love them. I have a wonderful relationship with them, because Brooke, shout out to you, baby sis. And I call Jen baby sis too, and Lily now too, because she's been through a lot and she continues to go through each day and get through each day, regardless of what she may be going through on the inside, mentally and physically. And I know because I've been there. So she may put a smile on TikTok, but some crazy fucked up shit's going on in there. Yes, I said the F word. And I know it is. And she doesn't always want to talk about it. Nor does I, but hey, that's what families are for. Because if she ever does want to talk about it, she knows that Jen and I are here for her. And I know if I ever want to talk about something, she's there for me. Jess, you've become family to me lately. You know what I mean? I've found a friend that I've never even met. That, wow, first person I thought of when I saw crazy stuff going on. Oh my God, Jess, what's going on? You know what I mean? Didn't know you a couple weeks ago. Only heard about you, but now I'm like, wow, she's really cool. And the way you've taken some of my videos and put them out there, family comes in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and whatever have you. So, family is a good F word that I cherish, and everybody in the J crew has become my J family. Okay, Buddha 1000, Roe, Dolly Bush, Renee Revel, all of them. You know what I mean? Ramsterdam. Um, you guys are family. I don't always go on Flight Sports, but he's family. Dexterous Crockett, Rap God Reloaded. You guys are family, you know, and I love you guys. So, family is a huge F word that means a lot. It means a lot. What is the next one? See, that's why I was so passionate about getting that M in there. I wanted it right, damn it. Ooh, you know what? Let's end it on that one. Let's save that one. Let's end it on that one because that one's the ultimate. Okay, failure. We're going to go back to a bad one. Failure. It reminds me of Wall Street when Michael Douglas's character Gordon Gekko said, "Greed, for the lack of a better word, is good. Fail. Failure is good. Why? Because when you fail, you know you're that much closer to success. Okay? Who you know I love the Matrix, okay? Who can go out and jump across the building and get it right the first time without falling flat on their face like Neo did? Everybody falls the first time. There is no one that is born, well, except for this baby on TikTok that I made that one TikTok. Good God, did you see that baby? He comes out of the womb and he's holding his head up and he's looking around like, what's going on here? Babies don't do that. Newborn babies that are less than 24 hours don't do that. So, yeah. But aside from him, because he's probably going to be good at everything he does, he's probably going to be one of those that cannot do any wrong. Everything he touches turns to gold, right? But fail is necessary. Okay. Struggle builds you. You've never learned to be brave if you've only had wonderful things happen to you. You got to fail in order to learn how to appreciate success. You got to try some shit over and over again. That's called practicing. Practicing is another way of saying failing over and over until you get it right. Hello. Okay. What do you think practicing is? You make shots, you miss them. You fail to get the ball in the hole. But if you keep failing, eventually you're going to start succeeding. So don't beat yourself up. Okay? Don't beat yourself up if you tried something and it didn't work out, or you tried something and you failed. Okay? This fasting thing that I'm so into, I haven't done an extended fast in years. I'd like to get back to just doing a water only fast for 20 and 30 days at a time. It's very good for the body, very good for the mind, first and foremost, because that runs shit. But I would love to get into a fast. In fact, I'm in honor of this 5 year anniversary. The first time I ever did it was day after Thanksgiving, 2017. I'm gonna do it again this year. I'm gonna start fasting the day after Thanksgiving, so Friday. It's another F word. We're full of them. We're full of them. That's another F word. Okay, but yeah, I had to get myself under control. I was getting a little too excited. But yeah, I'm going to try that again. Fasting is another awesome freaking word. Okay? Fasting is an F word that is excellent for the body and the mind. We talked about mind fasting, doing that, taking that 15-minute break where you're not thinking about nothing at all, just complete darkness or blackness, or an ocean, you know what I mean? A sunrise, whatever you can put in your imagination that just makes you not have any thoughts that are racing in your mind. But for all intents and purposes, you don't want to really visualize anything other than nothing because you want to clear your mind. So don't be afraid to fail. It just means that you're getting better, you know? All right, so that's that F word. What is next? Was it? What's this one? Yeah, that's the wrong one. And we did fake. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about freedom. Shout out to Rage Against the Machine. That is one of my absolute favorite songs to play on the drums. I lose it when I play that. I love it, especially the at the end. Oh my god, like the finale of it. Oh man, when we end this stream, listen to that song. Pull up Rage Against the Machine, Freedom, and blast that shit to the top of the topivity. Okay, because it just makes you feel so good just to hear it and cleanse out. Freedom. Freedom from what? Well, I hinted around to it earlier. You. Freedom from you. Okay? Freedom from your mind when it starts acting really crazy and doing weird shit. It's a prison that you cannot get out of. When you get, if you've ever been locked up, freedom, when you come out, and I still, to this day, can I believe I went to jail for a suspended license? And I was in there for like 3 weeks. And, I so relate to the pods, to the women in the pods on 60 Days In, because I was in a pod like that. And for 3 weeks. So it wasn't like it was in and out. It was 3 weeks. I lived in there. And just for that short amount of time, talking about family, that became my family. Okay. That happens. You watch it. When you watch that show, you watch that is how it is. Exactly. You get to, you know, comrade with people and share your life with people that are in there going through the same shit. And some people leave and come right back, you know, and you get close to people. It's not robots in there, it's human beings who have, okay, they screwed up and did something wrong. But does it always mean that they're a bad person? You know, good people do bad things too. So, you know, you make, it's another F word, you make friends, you know? So I said, you know, a lot. But you do, you get in there and you make friends. So, but when I got out, even though it was just 3 weeks, I totally related to how they were. Oh my God, water, my shower gel. Oh, I mean, like just regular clothing, things that you take for granted, like your toothpaste. You know what I mean? Like you can get commissary in there and you can get like, you know, some toothpaste in there, but when you come out and you're stuck, you don't have to worry about somebody stealing your shit. You don't have to worry about, you know, let me ration this out because I'm not gonna have it. You know, well, you can always order again, but still, you know, it's 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 you can watch what you want on the television. You don't have to worry about going to sleep with a bunch of people around. You know what I mean? It's different. Outside looking at the sky, okay? Something you would take for granted, you know? Freedom is all kinds of things to all kinds of people. Freedom from an abusive relationship. You can feel like you just came out of prison or some type of jail there. But to me personally, the most liberating type of freedom is freedom from my own inhibitions, freedom from my own mind, freedom from fear, PTSD, OCD, freedom from my own fucked upness. Okay. I said the F word again. Sorry. You know, it is called F words. That's what the stream's about. Okay. You knew it was going to get used once or twice. Come on. I can't say everything but that. Come on. Even though I didn't spell it out there, that would have been. Oh, yeah. Freedom. Freedom from a job that you hate. When Jen and I ran our delivery service, that was some of the hardest work I have ever done in my entire life. Longer hours than I ever worked for somebody else. You're thinking that, oh, I'm free. I got my own business, baby. I ain't got to do. You got to work harder. You got to work harder. Okay? You have got to work around the clock. You're always thinking about it because you own it. It's yours. You know, if anybody finds out about it, it's because you told them. And if you can get enough people to tell them with you, then it spreads. But in order to do that, you got to do a good job for those people, and then they'll tell. But to work for ourselves for the time that we did, what was it, 12 years running? Okay. That's why, quiet as this cat, she's so good at her job. She ran her own business, dude, for 12 years. She was shall remain nameless. Okay, we were the company, and those of you who have run a business who may be watching it, you know what we mean. It's all on you. Okay, somebody gets their food late and refuses to pay for it. Guess who paid for it? It wasn't like it is with DoorDash. Oh well, sorry, you know, we took a picture, we left it. No, we had to eat that. You know how many times we ate some Chinese food that was messed up that somebody didn't want, or ate a pizza that we didn't necessarily want for dinner? But, you know, a lot of times, you know, we would give it to our drivers. Hey, you want this pizza? Yeah, they were pissed they didn't want it. But I know he would eat it. I know he's hungry all the time. Here you go, here's a pizza. You know, show your appreciation. But it was on us. But we were free. That's the whole point. We were free. I'm talking to the light. I'm real central vision. We were free though. Yeah, we had all the responsibility, but at the end of the day, when we laid our heads down, It was all on us, but it was all ours. Nobody could fire us. Nobody could tell us, you can't. That's a beautiful feeling, you know? Don't ever let you tell you you can't do anything because nothing's impossible. Freedom is being free in every sense of the word, you know? So suck that in for a minute, suck that up and like really internalize that. Get free, get free, get out of your own way, and then nobody else will be able to get in your way. Straight up. Once you get out of your own way, yeah. With me, it happened in reverse. Other people got out of my way first. Then I had to get out of my own damn way. I'm like, oh shit, there's me. I'm so proud that I'm not scared of anything or anybody or any place or nothing. But oh man, these thoughts. Oh, me. I didn't think about that. Who thinks about that? You don't think of yourself as your own worst enemy. But at the end of the day, when you don't think right, you don't feel right, it's you that's doing that. If someone else is saying or doing something and it's getting to you, you're allowed, it's you that's allowing that, not them. They're going to say and do what they want. You can't control them, but you can control how you feel about it and how you react and how you think about it. Let it roll off, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth your peace. Don't ever let anybody steal your peace. That is yours. That belongs to you. If you're in a prison, Shawshank Redemption, I'll never forget that scene. They threw his ass in solitaire and he comes out and he's, singing, I have Mozart. Well, they let you tow the record player down. And he said, no, man, I had it in here. Whatever happens, they can't take that from me. I don't care where I'm at. They can't take that from me. That what's inside of me, they can't get that. That's something that is exclusively yours. No one can get to it that you don't allow to, except you. Okay? So now that we've established nobody else can get to that, now you have to take care of that inner you. Because nobody else is going to do that. To the same, it works both ways. Nobody else going to get to it, but they ain't going to take care of it either. That's all on you. Just like we own our own business, that you own that. You own you. No one else does. You are your responsibility. The insides, what you think, what you feel, that is your responsibility. If you're in a relationship and you've been in that relationship 20 years and that person all of a sudden decides you're not good enough and they walk away and you have put all your whatever makes you happy, you gave them that responsibility, then shame on you. Because that does not come from them. They add to what you already do for yourself. If you were single, walking this earth without a home, without, and I said this before, without nothing, just a bum on the beach, no, nothing. If you've got peace inside and you're glad to be alive, you are richer than Rockefeller, baby. You are richer than Jay-Z and Beyonce, Oprah, any of them. Billions, Tesla, none of that. Because guess what? Those people can be miserable. And who gives a shit how much money they have because they can't take it with them? They certainly can't take their possessions with them. And if they can, who cares? Because they can't do nothing with it. Just put it in the coffin with me, damn it. But what are you going to do with it? You can't, you don't even know it's there. You're gone. So at the end of the day, take care of you on the inside because that's worth way more than anything money could buy. You know, I had to get the in there. Yeah, I feel good. I feel good. I feel cleansed. I feel really cleansed. And somebody out there needed to hear that. I don't know who. I needed to hear it. But I know it. I internalize that. I live that philosophy every freaking day. I live that. But somebody out there, I got a feeling that somebody out there needed to hear that. And hopefully you did. And if you didn't, universe, can you make sure somebody shares this so that somebody that needs to hear this hears it? Because you have the power to do that. Yeah, man. Um, Let me look at Zicamente. so much to so much to say. She can't see us. Dawn, can you post link for Jesse? Yeah. Okay, my bad. Yep. Hold on. Hold on. It's coming. You know what? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Jen, but yeah, let me put the link in the chat and then you can also come up. So, yeah, because you mentioned that a while ago, but I got so into the stream that I forgot that I could post a link here for you guys to come in. That's how I be sometime, y'all. That's how I be sometime. You get into it. Okay. I missed my baby. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? I kept wondering why you weren't there, and I just remembered you said that. Okay. There is the link. Come on in, ladies. Let me know what you feel. Are you guys able to come in? I've been waiting for an hour. I'm sorry, Annie. No, I don't. I don't see you. Like, hey,
Can you hear me?
I can.
Sweet. Yeah, me and JJ have been trying to get your attention. We're like, no, we have so much to say. Huh?
Hey, Jen, hit the
No,
link.
ma'am.
No, I didn't see. I was on a roll. I was on a roll. I didn't look at the comments. I'm sorry. But that's what I said. I said, let me look at the comments because I've been just kind of rolling for a minute. See, look, Jen, I'm gonna send her a picture because she's not in there.
Yeah, she's been trying to get in for a while. Hold on.
Okay. See, Jen, look at the picture because I'm like, all the ones in there is Jess. I don't have you in there.
Maybe it's something on her. Okay, go into
Yeah,
that
let
here.
me let me
Headphones on. You don't have to. Okay.
let me try to let's try to do the link again from here. Oh, hey Jen, I just sent you the link again. Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, she just texted me the link.
Okay, and it looks weird. It looks different. It doesn't look like how it normally looks when I send it. They've got like a little picture with it. So I'm like, I don't know if that's got some significance.
I don't know. Let me text her and tell her to use the one that you posted in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, maybe she'll see that.
Yeah, I just yelled over
Okay.
to her.
I was like, JJ, you're gonna have to yell at her from the other room.
Ah,
Yeah, she messaged because I was giving the kids medicine and getting them situated, and she sent me the link, and she was like, "How ironic that this is today's topic, because if it is not needed for where me and her work today, goodness,
oh
oh,
wow.
I
Woo, one
done
of them
messaged
days.
her and was like, where are you at? Where are you at? How dare you leave us?" Ooh.
Oh
But that
man.
the fake forgiveness, fear, all them F words hit the mark today.
Wow. So you
It
were the
is.
one. You
Oh,
and
it was crazy today. It's
really.
yeah, and
Do spill. What happened? Try to speak hypothetically if you
it's
can.
hypothetically, it's just stuff that some get in trouble for, others aren't. Stuff
Right.
that some get reamed for, are openly saying it in the main conversation area, so to speak, and
Mm-hmm.
nothing's being said, and we're like, oh no. I was like, okay, I heads up, JJ. I was like, there's been triggers happening. People are triggered today. And she texts me back. She's like, yeah, I just got the same message from someone else. I was like, yeah. I don't know
Wow.
what is happening.
It's like, when
I was
I
like,
hear stories of that, when she talks about, the main chat, I'm like,
mm,
man, in corporate America, that's a no-no. If you got something to say to somebody, you pull them in a side room. Pull them in a
right.
side room. That's just office politics. That's how that's supposed to work. You think they
I
want to?
mean, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to
They
get
were like
reamed out.
they were boldly ignoring people and making it obvious that they were ignoring this person. And then I was like, wait, why would you do that, honey? And the person that was being ignored was like, silly me for caring, right? And then they were like, if you have something to say, you can, side me. And I'm like, so you seen the whole thing. Okay, we got you. All right, got it.
Wow. But see, at
Two
the end of
o'clock
the
could not
day,
have gotten here soon enough today. I
it's
was like,
like
where's
when you're
Dawn?
I'm here. I'm here. I
JJ said,
am here.
see if you see, do you see her now?
No. Come look at my screen. You're not in here, honey. Click the link on the actual screen. Jess got in that way. Why is she being hard headed? Click the link on the damn screen.
My 11-year-old is got her headset in and she's watching us right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Hi. What's her name?
Sage.
I love that name. Hi, Sage. That was Sylvester Stallone's son's name.
Yeah, she's always surprised that she never sees other little girls named Sage, but she's seen a couple little boys.
Yeah.
I have a Sage Haven, and then I have Cadence Nicole, and she's named for
Oh, that's
military cadences.
that's pretty. I like both of those names. My daughter's middle name is Nicole. Nicole makes an awesome middle name. Dominique Nicole. Ooh, well,
It like fits with everything, and
it
Cadence is like, I
does.
don't under. Cadence is like, it's the most common middle name.
What's another cool name that I heard one of our customers years ago used to order? This girl's name was Patience. I'm like,
I have
Patience? Your name is Patience? I
Yes, I
love
have
it.
a friend named Patience, and her middle name is Elizabeth, but it's spelled Alissebethe. So instead of with an EL, it's an ALI. So it's
Wow.
Patience Elizabeth, but it's spelled with that whole different spelling.
That's cool.
But I also have a friend named Tuesday, so
Who's Tuesday Weld? There was an actress back in the day named Tuesday Weld. That's the only other
See,
time I've ever heard that.
right? No, but on your going back to some of your F words, fear, that will take us down in a heartbeat. I mean, especially if you're afraid of your own mind. You have to
Yes.
be able to conquer a fear of yourself. You have to learn not to be afraid of you
Yeah.
before you can conquer outside, forces. I mean, I'm bipolar and I have severe anxiety and such. And there is nothing more terrifying than being afraid of your own mind.
Tell me about
But
it.
when you
Tell me about
surround
it.
yourself with non fake people, family, build on friendships, all those F words, it helps you find the inner strength. And to me, blood has never made family. It's a big part of it, but blood is not all there is to a family. I've
Right.
always built my family based on mostly friendships that I've formed. And
Wow.
sometimes friendships are in-laws, like your in-laws became your family. That's how it was for me. I have a very small family. I mean, my dad lived right around the corner most of my life and we still never seen him.
Mm-hmm.
So I built a family off of friendships, and then
You know what
I
touched
have
me?
no.
Jen's
Mhm.
little sister Lily. I
Mhm.
when she was I guess she was about 6 or 7 years old, right? And I took her and a friend of hers, which was technically her sister-in-law at the time, because it was Brooke's ex-husband's little sister. Um,
Yeah.
I took them in the room that I had my drums in. They were visiting us, and I taught them something real simple. And you know the boom boom ka, boom boom ka, we will rock you,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's something that they can do. I can teach them that real quick. Well, she's 10 now. God, the
Mhm.
time's grown up so fast. And she is taking drums in school. The fact that I infected her that way to make her, because girls don't automatically just go out for drums. Normally it's a clarinet or something like that. More do now
Right.
than used to, than especially when I was in school. But the fact that she gravitated towards that out of the fact that she saw that I played and she realized, hey, that's really cool. And she didn't let being a
Right.
girl or anything stop her. And she was like, hey, look, I'm taking up drums. The fact that I know she did that, letting me know that, hey, that's really cool. I'm doing it too. Thanks for setting that example. And
Right.
that like touched me so deeply. And I'm like, no, is she blood? No. But is she just as much of a little sister to me than anyone that could have been that was blood? Hell yeah. You know?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's like it doesn't have to be a biological person that's related to you for them to be family, you know?
Right. I mean, Rebecca came into my life. Oh, I know she's listening, so she's about to get embarrassed. She came into my life 8 years ago, and it was under bad premise. I had heard that she had said some things, and I was like, no, you hurt somebody. And then we talked it out, and we were like, you know what? No, I'm going to form my own opinion of who you are. And I'm going to make that decision for myself. And it's greatly benefited me. We have no filters with each other.
Yeah.
There's no fakeness. We tell each other
Mm-hmm.
how it is, and she has become my family. If there is something going on, if I need something, if one of our kids are sick, I'll go sit up at the hospital with her in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
She'll come sit with me. It doesn't blood blood doesn't make a family. You can create a beautiful family and build it on honesty and loyalty without having to be your blood relations.
Look, I have literally, Jen and I, and this you would think this is literally impossible, but it's really not. We first um we had our first kiss on November 7th, 2008. Okay.
Oh, that is so cute. You remember that.
I remember it like it was yesterday. And we officially came out and hooked up to her family, my family, everybody, on Easter of the following year, 2009, right?
Wow.
Since then, we have never been apart,
Mm.
like ever. Like
Sometimes it
the
just
farthest
happens like that.
yeah, like the farthest we've been apart is maybe when we go to visit her family, her and her mom would run and grab coffees for everybody. Like that's the extent of us being apart. Like she'll go do some Uber or some DoorDash, and I'm in here creating a stream or something. Normally I'm riding with her, but girl, the 12 years of riding in the car, I'm done. But I'm like, I'm like, babe, all right, I'll go with you today. But yeah, I don't. I'm so tired of
I've
that
got a
shit.
friend that dashes in Uber Eats, and we'll stay on for safety reasons. Kind of, we'll do video calls with her while she's out and
Yeah,
about, and
I don't like her out
I'm
there at
just
night.
like,
I
how
will go at night. Yeah.
how do you do this? I'm like, oh my god, I'd be so
12 years, Jess, in the car from sun
yeah,
up to sundown, me and her. And I tell you what, if there was anybody that I could say was my family, period, it's Jen. It's me and her. It's just me and her all the time. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, we have our prospective families, and our families are each other's families. But at the end of the day,
right,
me and her, we're our family,
right,
you
and
know.
that
And I
is
don't care
such a
what's
rare
going on with
gift.
anybody else. That is my priority, and I don't care who likes it or doesn't like it. You know what I mean? That's my babe.
Right,
You know, and she has always been there for me no matter what. When I'm feeling weird about, damn, I left Nikki a message and she still hasn't responded, because I keep reaching out
yeah,
to her on Instagram. I keep jumping in her DMs, and she still will not. It took her a few years to even allow me to follow her. She didn't accept my request. So I remember bringing up a couple of years ago that Jen and I talked about, because I always felt bad that I had a kid and Jen didn't. And I never wanted
right,
her to resent me and say, hey, babe, listen, if you ever want to adopt, I'm down.
right,
Even to this day, I'm down. If you want to adopt, if you want a kid for your own, because you never if you want to get inseminated, or what, if you want a kid, I'm with it.
right,
Okay.
right,
And I managed to tell my daughter this, and apparently through the grapevine, because my sister tried to mediate this thing,
uh
she
huh,
didn't like that. I guess she figures, well, you didn't get it right with me, you're gonna die. Well, hello, this is not just my life we're talking about. I'm talking about her. I'm talking about Jen. And I'm not going to walk away
right,
from her if she adopts, but apparently she felt some kind of way about that.
yeah,
And it's a couple of little nitpicky things that is apparently why she has chosen to alienate me. And I'm like, you know what? You only get one mother, and I only have one child, and I would like to have a relationship with that child before I leave this earth. You know,
right.
but
I-
yeah, it's so weird how people fall um out of your life, fall into your life, and fall out of your life.
Yeah, and it's a rare gift when you find those people that stay, especially now where a lot of the times it is your family that you're isolated and alienated from.
Yep.
I tried with my dad several times. Even I didn't so much as a teenager and kind of was like, okay, you chose your path. You chose how
Mhm.
you wanted to live. You chose this and that. Then I
Mhm.
had kids and I was like, I think my kids people change. I think my kids should get the chance and I think I deserve that chance.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, sometimes addicts are just addicts and you have to walk away for what's best for your kids. But when you have one that is wanting and trying to build that relationship. New children don't mean forgetting your other children.
Yeah.
My partner doesn't have any biological kids. She's been around my babies since my oldest was 4, 5. So she's been around while I've raised them, but she wants her own kids, and I'm sweet. Okay, you want one? We'll do this. And it doesn't take away for the love I have for my biological children. It
Mm-hmm.
would never change that. And I think sometimes, especially as teenagers, I think we can feel easily replaced. And I think that's just
Yeah.
the teenage mind sometimes, or even young adult minds. It's like, well, wait a minute, you didn't do this for me. How come
Yeah.
you're able to
Yeah.
do it? I mean, I struggled that with my oldest daughter. I had her when I was 19 and I was struggling,
Mhm.
and then I had
Yeah.
it way more together when I had Sage, and
Dude,
I
that's how it
sometimes
was with
I
me and
feel
my mom.
guilty. I almost feel guilty
Look,
because I have it more together. Yeah.
I remember my mom telling me, and welcome, my baby finally made it in here. One time, I remember my mom telling me, and my mom was very strict on me, and we didn't have a close relationship, right? And I remember her telling me one time, and we had just smoked a joint together. That was cool. Me and my mom could smoke a joint together and just kind of chill, after I got my 30s. And I'm laying on there kind of nodding out. And she said something to me. And I don't know if she said it because she knew I was half asleep or what, but she said, Dawn, I was really strict on you and I never had the relationship with you that I have with Jasmine. And I'm sorry for that. I didn't treat you
Right.
like how I treat Jasmine. And I'm like, I remember kind of sleepily saying, it's all good. It's okay. I love you. But we never had this situation like with me and Nikki where we didn't speak. That I don't know that type of thing. I've seen it in movies and things like that. Oh my God, I could, but it's happening. It's happening in my life. And I'm like,
Right.
was she a priority? Like, there's so much I could go into there why I could understand
Yeah.
why she would feel like she wasn't a priority to me, but it's so not the case. And if she, opened up, like when you said, like your dad, I didn't see my dad for 17 years. It's so funny because when we moved to Jersey, I was 10 years old. And then when we were 18, we ended up moving back to Maryland. And right before we left, my dad came over because he was strung out, right? My uncle Junior
Mhm.
brought him to see me, and he asked me to come live with him. He said, "I need you in my life right now. Can you not move back to Baltimore with your mom and come with me?" Now think about this. Here's the thing: the reason we had to move to Baltimore was because my mom lost her job for drugs.
Right.
So both my parents were gone. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I told dad, I love you, dad, and you've never really been a part of my life, but I can't do that. Mom needs me
Right.
right now, and I've been living with her my whole life. I got to go. I can't do it. Well, he didn't hold any grudges, I didn't think, but we didn't see each other for 17 years until one day my mom calls me at work. I'm 34. She says, your dad has AIDS. They don't expect him to make it through the weekend.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what? And she said, yeah. And I hadn't seen him since that night, 17 years earlier.
Whew.
And I'm
That's heavy.
sometimes I think, had I gone to live with, but what if I went to live with him and then my mom died sooner than what she did? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because she was gone and me being there with her health because my sister was a baby at that point. So, because she asked me, she said, "Listen, if something ever happened to me, would you take care of Jasmine?" Jasmine was like two. No, I was 18. Jasmine was 2. I'm like, big tomboy. Oh, I ain't taking care of no babies. I'm like, I'm living my life. I'm trying to get started with my life. And you are, no, I'm like, you're not going anywhere though. And she, God rest her soul, Jasmine was 27 when my mom died. So she hung on.
Right.
Um, but I'm like, wow. So I went up there and he stayed. He lived another three months because we rekindled our relationship and just kind of related and talked. but that's
Yeah.
how it is, dude.
I'm very glad that
Say
you
it to
had that
me.
time, with him, because I think one of the worst things we can live with, and a lot of stuff is guilt that we put on ourselves. It's
Yeah,
not even
yeah,
really something other people on the outside will say, well, that had nothing to do with you. You shouldn't feel guilty. But what we feel inside is real to us. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Until
Right.
we get to the core of that. And like guilt to me is like one of the, I think maybe the worst thing that you can live with, whether it's self guilt that you shouldn't have or something you might feel guilty about. But we can't, like you talk in these streams about, that really helps, I think, all of us, is that we can't go back and change the past. We can't, as much as we'd like to, we can only do what we can do today to make things change and to, you know, I don't want to say
absolutely.
make up, but
Facts.
and it's like so many people. I started tearing up when you were telling your story again, even though I've heard it before. It's just there's so many people dealing with so much, like you said,
See what I
Jess,
mean?
what you've dealt
She
with
is
in
me.
your life. It's
Yeah,
what everybody has things that have happened in their past that are so difficult to deal with, and we wonder why we deal with anxiety, even though that's not happening right now. It's still in there. It's in those
yeah,
Right.
files.
yeah.
I mean,
And
I'll be brutally honest. Um, Growing up, it was
yeah,
really rough bouncing from state to state, and some really bad things happened to me that shouldn't ever happen to a child. And
Mhm.
then
mm-hmm,
it's like once you become a mom, even at 19, I knew, protect your babies, do what you can.
yeah,
But at
Mhm.
the same time, when you're first becoming a mom or you're dealing with childhood trauma and your own issues, you're not always going to get it right off the bat. You're not
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
always going to succeed right at the beginning. Sometimes it takes decades to get your shit together.
And
And
you
yeah,
can't not
it's
yeah.
never
forward
too
and
late
Tell
to
me
improve.
fix
about it.
it.
Tell
That's
me
that
about
one
it.
F word that you said earlier, was forgiveness. We not only have
Mm-hmm.
to forgive other people, we hope that our kids and our families forgive us and people that we may have hurt inadvertently, or, something happened in our life where what we were dealing with had hurt them. And that's
Right.
the
Yes.
forgiveness that we have to not only give to others who are like our parents, but we have to
Yep.
give it to ourselves more importantly. Like if
Mm,
you don't forgive yourself for things, you will continue to live with that, and it is not helping in your day-to-day life, helping you be there for the people
nope.
that are there for today.
Right.
That's
You have to
powerful,
give
Jen.
yourself enough grace. You
Yeah,
have to
It's
give
hard though.
yourself enough grace to forgive yourself. And then once you can forgive yourself, you have the ability to forgive others more wholeheartedly. And
Mhm.
you can fix those damaged relationships. And it's not
yeah,
necessarily on you to do all the work. Yeah, the other person has to meet you halfway, but once you forgive yourself and you come to terms and you know that you're trying, you've done your part. You have to have faith that the universe will mend itself and it'll bring those relationships back.
and you that feeling of guilt, start changing it to a feeling of gratitude for the universe actually working it out, even if it hasn't
Right,
happened yet,
right,
because that will bring that person back into your life, whether they want to come in there or not. They can't. Your arm. Look, back in the day, there was a play called "Your Arms Too Short to Box with God," and I you can't mess with the universe. If that's what's in the cards, if that's what's something is that is really wanted, and the feeling of wanting that to happen, it's gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna
Yeah,
happen. So,
I do
you
believe
know,
that, and I see the way that, and sometimes it can have good in our life, but it can also, it it takes us to another level of that change. Like some people will continue to live that way. Sometimes if you make a mistake, you'll never make that mistake again, and you will even overcompensate for it. Like
right.
Jess, I heard you talking about how you maybe have felt guilty that you didn't have it right the first time, but I see how you take care, just from hearing, on the chat like what you're doing or what you're the reason you need to leave a few minutes beforehand or whatever the case is. You're always taking care of somebody, or the day before you had to do this and this and this, and you're like a caregiver for a lot of people, not just your kids. I can tell, and that
Sounds
is
like your
something.
mom, Jen.
Yes, that reminds me of her a lot. Like she will just bring anybody in as family, like,
Yes.
and start and just take over like whatever they need, So that I definitely get that a lot of that from her.
Yes, you
Oh,
do. You
thank
have a
you.
very big heart. You have a very big heart. And I'm lucky because I get to live with that big heart. You know what I
You
mean?
do too.
And when I go through things, Jen never judges, she's always there, and
Right.
she sees what I'm going through on my end, with one, like I'll bring up Nikki and I'll be like, God, I wonder what she's doing, or she I'll watch something on TV with a mother and daughter and I'm like, see, that's how we are. And she's like, she'll be back in your life. I always have her there to kind of let me know it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And I do the same
Yeah.
thing for her,
I
try to do the
know
same
I
thing
said
for
the
her.
same thing that you said. I feel like we go through these phases in our life, and when we are in our early teens, and like you said, even early adulthood, we feel like everything was done against us. Like,
Right.
we hold a
Your dad,
lot more
you're
grudges.
not free of this either, honey. Your
Yeah,
relationship with your dad was very similar to the one that I had with my dad. And I was there with her when he was. It's so crazy how our lives have mirrored each other, because this time Jen was the one standing there in the hospital talking to her dad, but I was blessed enough to be there and witness it. She
I
hadn't seen him in
remember
years.
in a lot of I was what, like 20, maybe the last I had talked to him just periodically. I've never really had a relationship like where we hung out. I saw him maybe a few times during my life, but I never had that holding a grudge. But there was one time when he said that he was going to come to my college graduation, I think it was, and he was like,
Hmm.
I can't get a ride or something happened like that. And that kind of, took me to another level, like, okay, like, and I was
Yeah.
at that age where I was like, okay, I'm just not going to
I'm
reach
done.
out. I'm done. And so then the
Right.
next time it was kind of weird because I kind of associate it was a cousin that my mom had found on Facebook, and she like knew a lot of information about my dad. And it was like I was like, well, now I'm at this phase, I'm in my 30s, all of a sudden something changed and I'm like, wow, that's my dad. I want to know who that is. I want that relationship. And it's because of that phase was over, that part where I was bucking up against life. Oh, nobody cares. You know what I mean? I started to feel
Oh
life
yeah.
from his perspective. Like I had been through a lot at that point now where I'm like, oh, okay, I see what he was dealing with, this and this, and seeing what it was like from his end. It wasn't that he didn't want a relationship with me. Whatever he was
Hmm.
going through, he couldn't. And I was starting to be thankful for the times he did reach out to me, whether it was a
Right.
couple times or not, that meant he was thinking about me. So that feeling of gratitude of him even wanting to be in my life became more powerful than the feeling of, oh, well, he didn't care or whatever. And a lot of the time in my adulthood, it was me that pulled away. I had friends, I had
Right.
this going on, that going on. I could have
Right,
probably reached out a
right.
little bit more. So, but then it was kind of too late because he was already
Cats in
in
the
the
cradle and the
hospital.
silver spoon, little boy
Yep.
blue and the
Yeah.
man in the moon.
But
He's
I
like,
did
I'm
get to
living my
see
own
Y'all are
life now,
really
Dad.
making me. Yeah, y'all are really making me consider
Huh?
a few things because I've had some stuff happen recently and it makes me think. And I thought about my dad recently and I was like, a friend of mine's dad had died. And I felt so terrible, for them. Tons of empathy and sadness for them. And then it made me go, would I honestly feel any kind of sadness if my dad passed away? So hearing y'all's stories, it's making me sit back and go, what would happen if I found out he was sick? Or because he's beaten cancer twice, he's lived a hard drug addicted life. I'm betting money he's on borrowed time, but that's where forgiveness is eventually going to have to come into play. It's not that I hate him or anything anymore, but I don't know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
huh, I wonder if there would ever be that hope for us
Yeah.
Yeah.
at any
I
point in time.
I didn't really think that would happen, and he wasn't even really able to talk to me.
Can you
But
guys hear
he
me?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah.
me something just happened with our internet. We like blurbed here or
It did.
something
It
because it
did
cut
because
out.
it knocked me out,
Yeah, it was a
and
car
I'm
going
back
by.
in. Okay.
Everybody here probably knows that story and my theory that the cars going by cause our internet to have problems, but I'm the crazy lady on 13th. But I think that it meant the world for me to be able to go there and at least just see him and see what he looks like and see that whether he knew consciously or not, he did like give my hand a squeeze. So I'm
Yeah.
like, he got, and Dawn was there, so he got to meet you, for whatever that
I
was
got
worth,
to
whether it was a
finally see
meeting.
what your daddy looked like after I remember telling her for years. I said, God, I would love because daughters tend to look like their fathers. I'm like, I wish I
Oh,
could see your dad or meet your dad.
I
And I
look
see very
exactly like mine.
I do too. I do too. It's creepy.
Family
But
is
yeah,
such a weird thing, and I think Dawn, and you both said it earlier that you said that sometimes your friends and your in-law family becomes family. Like family
yeah,
doesn't always just mean blood family because there's so much stuff that goes on. It's not like people are, prepared like they are even well when you're buying a house. It sometimes doesn't work out that way, but it's not like sometimes things happen in this nice, easy, like, okay, I'm going to have a kid now, and I'm going to make sure I stay with the father forever or other mother. Like sometimes
right.
things happen and it just
Hmm.
it's life, you know what I mean? No one has this perfect story. There are people that have better stories than others, but even somebody that you think has this picture perfect family, if you really get to know them and you become good friends with them, there's some stuff going on in there too.
Right,
That it's underlying or it happened here or they felt this way or no matter how big or how small, some stories have more impact and are more powerful like necessarily than others, the hurt that people have went through or the hardships. But I always felt like one thing was I felt loved from someone always around me. You know what I mean?
right,
Like someone else always stepped up in that role. Like my uncle Dave, he and my uncles in general played the part of the father. In a
yeah,
lot of time, my grandfather Pop, he was the father figure. My mom was like a mom and dad, and my grandmother was there. So I always had family around me, even though maybe that one dad was not there. It wasn't the traditional family, but that's why I think it's so important for us all to take care of each other, whether it's at work or, in life. And that's one of the things I admire about you, Jess, is you take care of a lot of people.
thank you. I mean, I try because we all know what it feels like to be lonely or to get wrapped up in our heads that nobody cares, and or we've been in that state of mind where we're like we just want to feel like somebody understands us.
Mhm.
So I've always tried, no matter what it is, big or small. She seems off. She's talking a little weird. Let me make sure she's okay. Let me ask and see if, if there's anything I can do. It's just it's just I think because of how I was raised,
Mhm.
and I was very self-sufficient and felt alone a lot, and helped tend to my brother and my sister when they were growing up, that it just carried over into adulthood. If you don't have a support system, I'll be that support system for you. I'll be there if you need me. I'll help you in any way possible. But that's not because, I want to be liked, because I need that attention. I could care
Right.
less about attention. I don't need it. It is just that's my nature. I don't want anyone to feel like I did. So
Yeah.
you try to prevent it.
And that's what I think like when Dawn comes on here, she's just usually speaking from the heart, And I find when
Right.
you do something like that, it's genuine and it comes across that way. It's not, you know, I don't know any channels like that. Like, I'm not saying that out of experience, but I know that people sometimes even would get on a platform like this and just want to spit out facts or something like that. But I find people's stories tend to really resonate with people better because it's like, okay, I see that you've been through something, so I want to like listen to your advice or your tips of getting through it, or just be there to hear what's going on now.
Oh, 100%. People relate to realness. They relate to being raw and open. They want someone that they can identify with. They don't want a robot that's just emotionless and just stating boom, 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 boom. They want someone that they can see a part of themselves in, and it gets them to an openness and a willingness to talk and communicate. Like earlier today, we were at work and I was literally like, I'm missing something today. And I was like, I'm tired. The kids are sick. I said, but I'm missing something. And then I was like, I'm missing my midday motivational.
Yeah,
And
I
Aw.
think we were all
Jen was like, where's Dawn? Like, I know, because it's become almost like a little safe place, a
it's
therapeutic
therapy.
place, and it's
I'm
a safe
so
place.
that makes my heart really warm to hear that because that's exactly why I wanted to do it. I mean,
It
really.
reminded me, you told me about the pump up the volume. Like literally everybody was
Yeah.
sitting around by their like thinking, well, what had happened? Is the show over?
Yeah.
What happened?
There was no way I was not going to come on. I missed you guys too. And I was like, you know what? What am I going to talk about? And sometimes, when I use the fake one, I don't want to just come on here and just make something up. I want it to be something that's from the heart. And if that means that, hey, all of a sudden it hit me, wow, yeah, F words, that's it. That's what I want to talk about. And then I'll come on then. I don't want to give you just content to be giving you blank content. I want to give you something that I'm really feeling and hopefully you can relate to it and it resonates with you. So I'm sorry I was late, but I'm going to be here every
But
day.
it just showed that you impacted in some people today, that coworkers are having a rough day, and I
Oh, really?
literally texted them and I was like, you need to get on here. You
I
need this
feel like
today.
everyone at work is like they're my kids sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I
Yes,
feel
that's
like
that
the
family we were
kids are with
talking
the
about.
babysitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why when
Oh,
Becca's like, I'm just listening today quietly, I was like, yeah, even if you just joining, go back and rewatch it because you need this today.
I feel like I do that sometimes. I'll go back and listen. I go back and listen to that OCD one a lot, and a couple others. The one about the fear, and then I just wanted to, before I forget, because I initially wanted to come on and read some of the comments, but I wanted to thank. Well, thank you. We know she's listening, but thank you, Becca, for coming on. And then earlier,
thanks,
Anthony King is
Becca.
on. I think he might still be listening in.
Who?
Um, Anthony King.
AK-47. Shout
And
And
out
Jesse, of
to
course,
you,
who's
my
here
boy.
with
He's
us.
one of my day ones.
There might be others listening that haven't commented, but I think, Jess, I could read yours, but you may have said them all already. We got to hear you live.
yeah,
And then there's 100
I
messages
know.
from me like, I'm waiting.
I'm so
But
sorry.
we did. This is a good one. She said, Jess said, blood does not make family. Love, patience, understanding, and unflattering strength makes family. Oh, that's good.
Unfaltered. Mhm.
Did I
Absolutely.
say? Did I say
You said
unfiltered?
unflattering.
You know what? It must have auto corrected your comments. I was thinking.
It
That's
must
why I
have. I
stopped
was
on
like, it's
that.
supposed
I
to
was
say
like,
unfaltering.
unflattering. I thought you meant like, don't flatter me with your. Don't flatter me. These. What's
That'll
going
get
on
you
with these?
nowhere.
What did it keep trying to make family when you were trying to do that earlier?
Yeah,
It kept
yeah,
trying
it
to make
kept
it another
giving
word.
me
I hate
everything.
autocorrect.
It gave me it changed it to Emily, then it changed it to um oh my God, like Amityville. It's like, no, you mean Amity. No, I mean Emily because the F is different. Look at it. Look at it. But
It's
yeah,
weird
it
how
only took me part of
autocorrect
the time.
will mess up your whole sentence. I love seeing those things on
Well, what pisses me off is
Facebook.
when, and I can only blame myself, is when I send something through and I haven't proofread it.
But
And I
sometimes I
let it
will be typing an
happen.
email and I watch myself type the right word and I will
Oh
once I go and read it, it changed it. And I'm like, when did it change that? While it was
yeah.
in the sending mode or did I just not reread
Yeah.
it? What happened that was so funny the other day that came up in an autocorrect? I can't remember. It
And I
says I'm having
realized,
connection
and when
issues.
I redid it, that I must have typed it right and it corrected it to Annalie. Because it happened again. I'm like, I started, save it.
What
And
is
I'm like, wait a minute,
Annalie?
Annalie, I know damn well I know. I know damn well I typed the M that time. So I must have
It's
done it
like this is F
originally and it
words.
changed it
Don't
and
you
I
know?
didn't know. Well, I'm glad that I can be there for you because you guys help me to be able to vent and to be able to talk to you and to get the feedback from you that I get. So it helps us all. So this is amazing, and I'm gonna keep doing these. And I can't wait to, you said you wanted. Do you still want to go live tomorrow on TikTok?
As long as I can keep the flu at bay. My sister, I went in there
Oh
to
God,
check
I forgot
before I
that quick. No, don't even worry.
yeah,
Listen, get everybody well.
before I joined, I was in there, giving my nephew his meds and he's in my bed. I got him situated. I went and checked on my sister to see if she was going to be able to get up for work and she's she's down for the count. I was like, "Oh God, sanitize."
Oh, I know. What is it like
Oh my
flu
God, did you
symptoms,
hear
like
me about the
throwing up
lemon and
cut?
ginger though?
Yes, I heard you. Yes, yes, I did.
Get that lemon and
I'm
ginger
sure
in your
they're
life,
sick of
girl.
hearing about lemon and ginger every time someone says they're sick. I'm like, I hope you feel better. And then 2 minutes later, I'm like, do you have lemon and ginger?
Yeah. You and the other one with the apple cider, I think, is what
Oh,
she
lovey.
always recommends. Yeah,
Whoops.
and
I shouldn't have named
yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, the other one. I left out a name, but
Sorry. I
no,
could have
I
just
was like,
thought
I've
I
been
was talking about
taking
love.
elderberry, and
Elderberry's good.
drinking hot teas, and I have my vitamin C's, and I've
Is
been
there a
trying,
younger
but
berry? Where does that come in, the elderberry?
The keyboard just finally gave up.
the what?
Uh-oh.
The
I
keyboard
hear a
just
voice.
finally gave up with no batteries. Now they need new double A
What
batteries.
keyboard?
The old keyboard I've been using,
From what? Sorry.
Daddy's old one,
Yeah.
it's finally
Okay.
gone.
Okay, baby.
Oh, no, the
Okay.
keyboard. We heard.
Her
They'll
keyboard
do
died,
that.
and she's. Oh,
They'll do that.
I'm trying to figure out what she's using the keyboard for. It's not.
Shout out to
Oh no, she means the actual keyboard. She's been teaching herself like on a not a piano, but a little keyboard. So she's
Oh,
learning.
okay.
She's learning
oh
music, and she's playing. She's got her dad's old little keyboard, and she's learning music that way.
dude, I love it. Musician in the house. I'm teaching myself piano as well on the keyboards.
She's trying. She's a
I
music
want to do
baby, but
guitar. I'm doing
that was
guitar and keyboards.
We should
I
do.
tried guitar. It is so much
It's
harder
hard.
when you're left-handed.
I'm
I was like, "Oh,
left-handed.
Jen's
yeah,
left-handed. Jen plays.
So
it's
I
a
found it
Capricorn thing."
for some reason with me. I found it easier because the
Uh-uh.
left hand tends to be what you have to do all like the chord formations with. So for me, it was easier. But then I've always been kind of backwards because like certain things I could do left-handed, certain things I could do right-handed, and certain things I could do with both. So, but sometimes it's
Right.
opposite of what it's like, kind of like however I was taught is how I would do it. Like if a right-handed person taught me, then I do it right-handed.
Oh
Like
yeah, growing
some
up in
stuff.
school, you had to learn to accommodate and do things, certain things right-handed despite being left-handed. So you had to learn
I still
different
can't cut
ways
with
of coping,
left-handed
or you had
scissors.
to. Right. Well, I mean, when I played baseball, I could only catch the ball with my left hand,
Me
but then I
too.
could only throw it with my left hand. So I literally would have to
Wow.
catch the
How did
ball,
you work
drop my
that
mitt,
out?
and then throw it. It was
Wow.
That's great.
everyone's like, "What the hell are you doing?" But then when I go to bat, I can
Right.
only bat right-handed.
I can only
I
bat
can't bat
Wow.
right-handed,
left-handed.
and
That's
but
wild.
Yeah.
I can throw the ball with my left hand. It was like overhanded things, like tossing, throwing, shooting a
Mhm.
basketball. I can do with my left hand.
Yep.
But it's weird. It's not like almost like some people are like, so you're whatever ambidextrous. I'm like, no, some stuff I can just do with the left, some I can do with the right. I can't do it with both. So it's
Wow.
kind of
That is
that is a
wild.
wild thing how we are left, and then they say like you're right brained if you're left handed and all that. I don't know what the whole thing behind it is, but I saw something weird today and I can't find the post. Have you guys seen this? I don't know if it's TikTok or what, but it says you will only hear the word you're reading. And when I read brainstorm, it really said brainstorm out loud, and the other one was like, I can't remember the other word on the left.
Huh.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, I've seen those. They're like, oh, it
What was it?
determines if you're left or right-brained,
But
and
this one was
it's
weird. It was like you could
how
only
you
hear the word
process things.
out loud that you were reading, and I looked at two different ones
Mhm.
and I heard her say the two different, like when I looked at the other one, it would say it was reading. It said reading. And when I looked at brainstorm, the little voice was like brainstorm. And then I looked back at reading, it was like reading. Because at first I thought, oh, they're just
You reminded me of House Bunny
I know,
Harmony.
right? That's what the voice was creepy, and I was like, how does she know what I'm reading? I really don't still know.
But
I
you know,
gotta
your
go
right
find.
side of your brain actually is your creative side, and your left side is your logical, facts driven side.
I'm definitely on the
Right.
more
Just a
creative
little fun
side,
fact there.
I think. I'm
Right.
not
Well,
Now,
sure.
ladies, I
see,
guess we can wrap this up if you guys are ready.
Sage
I like
What?
has a
Sage what?
processing disorder where we're left-handed and we do the things backwards, JJ. Sage has an association with words like what you're talking about. If she reads the word like look or
Mhm.
small, say the word small. When she reads it, it says little to her.
Oh, okay, like,
But
she changes
but
it
if
to
you
what
ask her to spell small, she'll spell small. But if you ask her to read the word small, she sees the word little.
that's, like, so advanced. Like, it's almost like she's taken the word
It's
and putting a different
And
word with it that
reinterpreting
means
it.
the same thing.
that's
That's
my that's
wild.
my spectrum baby. Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, it's
That's very
crazy.
That's pretty cool.
that's wild. She's gonna be great with, association and, like, analogies.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, guys, this has been amazing. This has been
This has
absolutely
been
amazing.
cool. I'm glad I finally got in.
Yeah, I'm
We were
glad we
here.
finally. Well, I'm glad I finally showed up to the party. But I wanted to make sure it was something that we could definitely relate to and get something out of. You know, I don't want to just be talking and hear myself talk. You know, I do that enough in the room here by myself. So, um,
We don't even pay attention when we hear each other talking. Like sometimes I'll know it's directed to me, but if I just walk by and we hear each other, it's like, oh, we're just talking to ourselves. It's
dude,
okay.
I do it to
I'm
a point
probably
where
making a
I'm
video half the
certifiable. I mean, growing up, my mom's friends used to be like, Janice, who's she talking? Girl, that's just her. She all right. She talking to herself. It's like, you know,
We're
I'm my best
processing out
friend.
loud. Damn it.
That's it. That is it. You know. So, but yeah, this has been cool. I'll try to make it a little bit earlier tomorrow. Maybe my brain will get working on something overnight, and I can have it ready and be ready by 12:30 tomorrow.
time. I will ask
But
for my lunch whenever you come on. That
cool
decides my
beans.
lunch.
Or we could do Freestyle Friday. You know. So maybe you guys pick the subject. Text me and see if you got an idea, and be like, hey, let's talk about this tomorrow. I'm down with it.
I like your idea too. And then in the future, if anybody watches these videos and has a topic, put
Put
it
it
under
in the
there.
comments if you want us to talk about something or me to address anything in particular that you're struggling with. And anybody has any input on it, I'm sure we will be glad to talk about it and help you guys out. But ladies, I'm going to jump on off of here and finish watching 60 Days In. I'm right at the end. I'm about to go into season 3.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going
Did
to
I
start making some
see? I
TikToks
need to
about it.
get on that. You need to let me watch the end of it tonight, though, before
Yes.
we move
Married at
on.
First Sight. We were watching Where
Oh,
Are They
that's right.
Now
We were
last
watching
night,
that.
and we fell asleep on that. Yeah. I
I was so
realized we fell asleep on more than half of that. I'm like, I don't
yeah.
remember that. I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Well, maybe I need
So,
to catch up,
but I
and
love,
I'm gonna
Dawn
make
made
some
this
baby
dinner.
hats, and I'll turn on 60 Days In and make my baby
yeah,
hats while
turn
I
it
do
on.
that.
Do that. Do
Definitely.
that. We could start watching 3 at the same time.
Are you gonna review
Watch
that one
watch season 3.
on your
Yeah,
other
I think
show?
I will. I think I will. I think I will. I
Cool.
may just end up creating a stream for it because if I start talking about too many
And Love
different
is
shows in
Blind
one
and
stream, it
60
gets
Days
long.
In. I think you should do separate ones.
Yeah, cool.
Cool
There's
Well,
a
I
deal.
lot
love you,
to talk about.
ladies.
We love
We
you.
love you too. All
Love you.
right. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
I'll see you in 1 second.
Okay, baby girl.
See ya. Thanks, Jesse.